There she is, XRP. Look at that, floating around. I love crypto bubbles. XRP ripping through the... Look at that. 5% up in the last day. Looking good. What's up with Pengu and what's the other one? Bunk. Doing really well. Mind you, of course, these are doing very well because most of these coins that are, apart from H-bar, which is done a good move, most of these other tokens that are doing notable pumps, right, are 99% down. So most people who hold these coins because they bought them, months ago, before they crashed 70 to 80 to 90%, are still in deep red. So don't be fooled by the big green bubbles that these people are making that much money, unless they bought recently and, put leverage on or something like that. Most people holding these, Floki, Sand, Flare, even Shiba Inu, most people are still in deep red. Okay. The only people who are pretty much all in profit at the moment are people who hold Bitcoin. Bitcoin is flirting with a new all-time high. I won't be surprised if by the end of today we hit a new all-time high. This was made 2 months ago, and it's only, it's less than $1,000 away. And this is just one little pump away, basically. XRP looking pretty nice as well. Let me just load up the XRP chart. There it is. 245. That's pretty decent, guys. And I think that we've begun a gradual move up. There might be slight, corrections and stuff along the way, but I think we're going to start to see it mount up, 250, 255, 260. May come down again to 240, whatever, how it behaves. But then anything could happen, and we could see a big candle to over $3, $4, maybe even $5. And then, who knows where we go from there. Today, back to back again, news about XRP and Ripple. A good one is the fact that Ripple is partnering with BNY Mellon, an established name in custody and banking. And this is to partner with to custody the RLUSD reserves. Now, institutions that are going to be dealing with RLUSD need to see these big names, they need to see the BlackRocks, the JP Morgans, to basically, feel comfortable, holding $500 million, $600 million, $1 billion, whatever it is that they're going to be putting into RLUSD for liquidity's sake. They need to see these big names. So Ripple has announced a collaboration with BNY Mellon. Is it BNY Mellon or is it Bunny Mellon? I never know how to say that properly. Assigning the financial entity as the custodian for RLUSD's US dollar and treasury bonds reserves. This step aims to enhance trust and ensure RLUSD's stablecoin is backed by reliable assets. Jack McDonald, Ripple's SVP of stablecoins, cited a need for enterprise-grade financial use case, praising BNY's custody expertise. So yes, they're a very well-known name in the whole sort of banking and custody industry, so to say. RLUSD's market capitalization, now over $500 million, highlights rapid adoption amidst a shift towards digital currencies. Emily Portney from BNY Mellon affirmed the bank's commitment to supporting RLUSD's growth through seamless reserves assets handling. We're going to see a lot more of these. They're going to partner with different banks in different countries. They're going to probably partner with the likes of Barclays in Europe and Santander and places like that. And we're going to see this become the norm. We're going to see our wallets, we that have retail bank accounts, suddenly show RLUSD as an option. I think that after the regulations clear up, we're going to start to see RLUSD show up in our banking wallets. I'm talking about brick and mortar sort of bank accounts in our apps. We're going to see RLUSD as an option. I believe Tether was decommissioned or delisted from so many European exchanges, including Uphold as well. I think recently removed Tether. I don't know. I don't have an Uphold account anymore, so I'm not even able to check and verify that. But I think I remember seeing some news very, very recently, Uphold removing Tether from their platform. So we're going to start to see RLUSD take up a hell of a lot of that Tether market share, as well as USDC, of course, which is backed by Coinbase. So lots of news coming out again, back to back. Today, of course, is SEC's closed door meeting, which sparks hope, apparently, of the Ripple lawsuit resolution. So we might as well see this happen today, which is, I think, probably contributing to, XRP starting to kind of, warm up with a little bit of FOMO going in there. So I'm not actually resting any sort of particular anticipation on this. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, great. That doesn't actually change anything. We already know that the SEC intends to do it. So whether or not they do it today doesn't actually mean much. I think what we're seeing now is just people realizing that this is a real thing and that they have a chance to make a heck of a lot of money with XRP. Shout out to the people still leaving comments about XRP being a shite coin and is a failure and a scam going to zero. Shout out to you guys, man. It is what it is. For the rest of us, yeah, we're going to be laughing all the way to the bank anytime soon. If you look at Ripple.com, which is where I normally go first to see if they've written about the breaking news or any sort of news that's been featured on social media, just to make sure that it's not fake news, but it's not actually on there. However, you can see on Brad Garlinghouse's X account, as well as, interviews that he's given. And he has reacted to the news and talked about how Ripple is partnering with BNY Mellon. So it's confirmed news. You can also see it on so many reputable news outlets as well. So definitely not fake news. It's happening. And yeah, shout out to the XRP price. Not financial advice. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.